Alright, so there's a whole lot going on this turn here in terms of moves. So I'm just going to cover what's going on here from west to east, and then we'll go over the various combat that happened, and then the comments, or the messages. So down here I am moving... Where's he at? Baylor. I wish I would keep his name, even though he's created a new division up here, because for some stupid reason they decided to besiege me there, so I'm just going to wipe him out, get him out of the way, and then proceed over to take western New Mexico. That's the plan there. Over here I'm just kind of consolidating myself. I'm not doing a whole lot. If I had thought things through a little bit more effectively, I would not have burned all these forts here, because I probably used them to try and get to Denver. I did, however, interestingly enough, get the partisans here, so I took this, so now I'm going to get 10,000 a turn for at least a turn or two until they push me out. That's pretty awesome. I was able to do that because I got the loyalty down to, what, I got over 50%, I think is what it is, so like 51 or higher, and then I used one of my partisan cards and I was able to take that. There are some other areas where we can do that in, like here, but our loyalty is not high enough to do that there yet. And then here doesn't make a whole lot of sense because he does have a garrison, so I wouldn't be able to take it anyways. But maybe that'll happen up here. Who knows? Over here, we are besieging this fort. This is Missouri, by the way, so here's Springfield. Taking this fort primarily because I just want to destroy anything that's over here to make it so that my left flank is secure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this river all the way up to here as a way of transportation for rapid transit. I'm going to hold here and here. And so this is basically going to be my defensive line on my far westernmost frontal, I guess, front line here. So I'm going to sweep these out of the way so that I don't have to worry about someone coming down and hitting Springfield. Because I'm taking care of my left-arm flank, I feel comfortable now moving Winder out of here. So he's taken about half of what's in Springfield. I'm moving up to Jefferson City. And I may use him to link up with whatever force I move on to Bloomington if I decide to go that route. I am leaving a force of 352 power here in Springfield with Price, just in case, but I think, at least for now, we're good in Springfield. I don't think we have too much to worry about. I am improving military control right through in here just to increase the supply transit between Springfield and St. Louis. So as you can see, St. Louis and Springfield are supply depots, but it doesn't hurt to have that little extra oomph. Even though Halleck has moved up on me here, he's only a 211 power. We now have McCulloch over here as a 448 power, plus he's extended his supply. So unless he's got some serious supply wagons, which doesn't look like he has, he's going to have to turn back pretty quick, and I think we're going to follow on his heels all the way back to Bloomington, and then kind of go from there. Now, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what I wanted to do next over here, and here's kind of my plan. I could hold back and hold St. Louis and use this as like my defensive line / supply line. The problem with that is that it makes it pretty easy for the Union to cut my supply line to St. Louis. Also, I have a longer defensive line here, be all the way from St. Louis down to really Paducah or Kinsale, Illinois, and then across the Ohio River over here to Henderson, Kentucky. However, if I push up to Salem and use this railroad line, I could really create a new defensive line right here, consolidating my defense to really 3 or 4 regions. I could use this area right here up to here, so I've got a nice river in between me, and then here, and using Tolano, Illinois as my far left flank. So I'm thinking of doing that. I'm going to move on Salem first. If I can take Salem effectively, which I think I can, I'm going to move Johnston's Army of the Tennessee down on the river, landing here. I'm going to move Polk up to St. Louis to maintain that core command point benefit. As much as I would like to use Claiborne in the attack, I'm going to be a little bit Claiborne, sorry. I'm going to be a little bit cautious and move him up to St. Louis to maintain my defense here at St. Louis. I'm leaving behind a division of 505 power under currently Hogue, but I'll have Claiborne up here plus a corps, and then I also have an engineer that I'm using to increase the defensive works in St. Louis. I'm also losing Van Dorn up here. I don't really know what to do with him. I'm not a big fan of him. He's not really all that impressive, even though it looks like he is based on the stats here. So I'm going to put him up here with McCulloch, just in case I need an additional little cavalry screen. I am going to use Shelby Smith as my cavalry, so when I come down here, if I need to separate him out apart from the army, I can do that, and I can use him either to sever rail lines or secure my flank or whatnot. And then I'm going to bring up who's this fine gentleman, Canty, and whatever I have here, I'm going to move up to this area. So already you can see if I take Salem, no longer am I having to worry about Cairo, Chester, and St. Louis. I can just focus really on Salem, allowing me to bring my defensive lines up even further and consolidating them, so that hopefully what I can do is have my army in the middle and then a corps flanking, and then have a nice defensive line. Again, that's all in theory. I have no idea how much is here. He's got Grant with that 18th Division, so if he brings him down to Salem, I may have to reverse course here and pull back. So I am not leaving anyone behind to fortify here just yet. Perhaps that's a mistake, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, if he decides to push down this way, I'll have my army in the rear cut off his supply, so I'm not too worried about it just yet. Alright, so as far as builds, I'm just still building some artillery, but now you can see I'm transitioned to a whole bunch of infantry. A lot of these infantry have 6-pound or 12-pound built into them, and so I'm going to use them as defensive infantry. So that's what you see right here. These are all kind of defensive infantry. I'm going to set them up accordingly. And then over in Kentucky here, I have taken Munford, and I'm holding it so far. Doesn't look like we're threatened just yet. So I'm going to use this turn to rebuild Cohesion. I am sending a supply train back to Bowling Green. Primarily, I don't have a supply depot up here at Munford. I am woefully short on supply trains, so I had to build some this turn. I built 2 this turn, so hopefully next turn they'll be available, but I'm very low on supply trains, which is hampering my offensive efforts. I'm able to do it over here, but I can't be as aggressive as I like over here in Jefferson County against Louisville as much as I'd like to be. Although my goal here, if I could take Louisville in Kentucky, then what I could do is I can set up a corps and an army, or vice versa, right in these 2 regions, and then just have a little bit of support here to cover my rear, and that'd be a pretty solid defensive area here in Kentucky. So that's going to be my goal long term. Down here, we pushed them into the ocean, so I kind of split everything up. Here is going to be what's essentially giving him a rapid response force. I'm going to use Walker because he has fast movement. I'm going to probably take a little bit out of here and supplement it with more effective line infantry down the road. But I'm going to hold here with this, which is about a 454 power on defense, in case he tries to land again. But otherwise, that's what I'm going to keep here, and then everything else is getting split up. Most of it's going down to either Charleston or Savannah, so I can bolster my defenses there. I'm also bringing generals down to garrison both of those areas. And then a little bit's going back up to Virginia. So, speaking of which, Virginia, I have a little bit of defense going on here, still building it up slowly. But as you can see, I had some 12-pounders, 12-pounders, bringing a general down along with some more infantry down to here, just because, as you can see, it is a water crossing. If they were to attack me from Fort Monroe, making it much more difficult to establish a beachhead. So I'm just slowly bolstering my James and Chickahominy River defenses here. And then finally, up here in Virginia, I've got Jackson, the Shenandoah Valley Corps. I was able to get Ewell. I need to finish filling this out, actually. I don't know why I did not do that. Oh, that's right. I was trying to figure out if I could structure him in such a way to attack West Virginia, which I'm still very tempted to do. Let's wait one more turn. As much as I want to do it this turn, I gotta be really careful because he can actually hit me from here in one turn, which really hurts my ability to be offensive-minded. But I'm going to give him the Stonewall Brigade. Alright, so there's that. Give him the 20-pounder. I don't have enough divisions here to split up and have my own artillery division. He's only got 1 cavalry. He's only got 1. Let's give him the other. Whoa, this is a big cavalry. I'm going to actually keep him separate. And I do have military control, though, all the way over here. I got 100. So it takes me about 20 days to get over here. So I got to be very careful on how I do this. But I'm very tempted. The problem is he's got such a big force here. I can't really peel too much away from Alexandria for fear of allowing him to cross over, get a beachhead, and then put me in an awkward situation. I should have Lee here in about 2 months, which will make things a lot more easier for me. And beyond that, you know what? I think I'm bringing another general up here. So I think I'm going to use Ewell. I'm going to attack Taylor, West Virginia. But let me do something here. I'm going to take... What if I took him out? So, Forney, where are you at? So he's just a little bit over. I'm going to take him, put him back up here. And I'm going to use him to assault Morgantown. Oh, jeez. I think I can redeploy him. Why is it not allowing me to redeploy? Weird. Usually it'll let you like redeploy. Not on railway in region without enough. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, that's right. I need to repair that rail line. Speaking of which I think I'm doing. Okay. That's why it's going to take me a little bit to get up there. I really don't want to wait. Doesn't hurt to wait though. Let's just send him up. Let's just do it. I'm going to send him along with a division commander over to Taylor, West Virginia. So that gives me a little bit of time to further bolster my defense up here so I can peel away a division and go take Morgantown, since that is a strategic location. Let's go through the combat scene here. I don't even know where it's at. What was that? Oh, right there. Okay, that's no big deal. Yeah, again, no big deal. Yeah, we had a lot of troops there. We did a lot of battle there, apparently. A lot of horse cavalry battles. Battle of Salem. Yeah, that's expected. So he's still besieging it. He hasn't taken it yet. That's good. I'm a little worried about what's here, though. Got Grant. He's got 3, 4, 5 brigade and 2 artillery, theoretically. I'm still going to move on Salem. Yeah, let's just do it. Okay, let's go through this here. Okay, we are doing this. We're in cruising a rail pool. We managed to smuggle cotton bales and get 50, so that's good. $3 money and 8 war supply from the blockade. Already went through those battles. Didn't get any national morale for that. We are up to 116, which is pretty good. The Union has like 80 something, which is much higher than I would like. Get some hits from foul weather, which is to be expected when you have troops outside their stockades and towns and whatnot. Alright, getting control of the gold region. That's going to get us some good money. I'm excited about that. Alright, let's do the turn. By the way, since I'm still on the screen, what I'd like to do build a fort here, build a fort here. And then use this rail line, this north to south rail line, as a rapid response strategic defense line, if I can. To be honest with you, I never expected to get this far north, so I'm still a little skeptical that I'm going to be able to maintain the initiative up here, because I am pretty thin on troops. But seems like Athena is pretty concerned about DC and is not willing to spread out a lot of those troops over in the Virginia theater to support the West. So perhaps most of the Union resources right now are being bottled up over there in Virginia. With this here torn up rail line is it makes it hard for him to move on St. Louis, but it makes it pretty easy for me to flank around on Salem because of the river, which is precisely what we're doing. So alright, so let's see what's going on here. He's brought up another general over there. Alright, good. So I took that fort out, so I'm going to burn that one. Okay, that's good. Alright, so he shifted his focus towards Kentucky. Interesting. And looks like he's pulling back over there on my rear of St. Louis, which I kind of expect him to do. Looked like his supply was pretty extended. So that wasn't a surprise, man. 9,000 power, that's crazy. Such an inefficient use of the army. Oh, Grant's coming across. Oh boy. Okay, that was a good move on his part. Came across over in Kentucky. I'm gonna have to figure out how to address that issue. 1,000 power too. That's pretty good. Knew the blow was gonna come at some point. It's just a matter of when. I think what I'll do is I'll pull Johnston back to Bowling Green or whatever it is. Grant's tough. It'd be like going one-on-one with Lee. He's got some crazy stats. Look at that. Ooh. That's rough. Pushed my artillery out too. Wow, that was fast. Also had a non-active general. God. He jumped across the river and took that out in a turn. That's nuts. Alright. Yeah, it's to be expected. I'll send that artillery up there too to reinforce that position. Admittedly, if I'd been better with my cavalry or with my intelligence cards, I probably would have known that attack was coming. That being said, I mean, he's got that rail line, so he may have been able to swoop from multiple regions and perform that attack without me even really being able to identify where he was going to hit. Interesting. Okay, so let's just look at things here really quick. Did I take that yet? No, I didn't take that. Holy crap. Okay, so... Wow. Alright, so here's Kentucky. Here's Bowling Green, which we cannot lose this. We have to hold it. I got a fort here. So here's what we got. It's actually not a bad force. Let's combine it all so we can see what we got here. It's... better than this. A lot of the cohesion's pretty low. That's why. He is moving in with, looks like, an army and 2 corps. Well, 1 corps probably, Grant being a corps commander. He's got a brigade here. And it looks like he wants to punch through and cut Johnston off. So we're going to pull back. Might leave a token force here just to harass him. But I'll make a stand here and here, obviously, using the rail line to support here. This actually works to our advantage in my opinion though, because now what I can do is I can take Salem, which I still have apparently. Look at that supply, 369, 44 ammo. If I could push across and take Knox, Illinois, that's going to put him in a really tight spot supply-wise. Ooh, I like this. This might work out pretty well. It's going to extend me a little bit too. I'm going to have to make sure my left flank is covered so he doesn't sever my supply. But I think I can push through, take Knoxville, Illinois. It's surrounded by rivers, which is beautiful. And it's got this nice little supply bonus of 75 supplies and 1 recruits per turn. So that wouldn't be a bad snatch. I think I'm going to send Shelby over here, start getting me some of the... well, shoot, I might just send him out there. I don't know. Let me think about that. That'd be cool. He's got nothing here, so I'm not concerned about Milroy. I want to take Springfield, but again, I gotta keep my eye on the prize here. If I can do a, what is that? Probably a 1300 power impact on the Union in the Western Theater. That'll really open the door to seize a lot of this, so I'm probably going to do that. He's got 136 power here. I'm going to start pushing with this force. I'll leave a token force back here to keep the fortifications going, but I'm going to push up and take this because these both are very good locations because they've got that 75 supply and 1 recruit. So if I can have both of those, that'll be very helpful for our supply going forward. This will be harder to defend. This is what I really want because it's easier for me to defend. But if I can get both, I'll be greedy and take that. Let's just look over here really quick before I pause to do my turn. Again, 7800. I now have Kemper. I've got, I brought Jeb Stewart over because he's going to help here take West Virginia and create some havoc over in that area because I'm assuming it'll be pretty open once we take that. He's hanging out here. I'm not sure what he's doing, but we're just going to hang out here as well and be fortified. So why not, right? I don't think I really need the supply wagon there. So I may move that supply wagon to the west. Just reinforcing all of this. I don't know why these are all orange. These are all going to be green. Green, green, green. So fortified there. How's our blockade doing? Probably have to pull them out and get them refurbished here pretty soon. So I'm pretty pleased so far, knock on wood, how things are going. I mean, it's only 62. The longer the game goes, the stronger the Union gets. So I'm not going to necessarily hold out hope right now that this is gonna keep on going. But for right now, it's good. Just got to keep on pushing, keep the initiative, keep him on his heels, and hopefully good things will happen. So let me pause here and make the next move, and we'll go from there. Alright, really quick here because I went long in the last turn. As you can see, we got 1100 power Grant who crossed over. Looks like he's coming right up the gut here. He's also got he's flanked by a 407 power brigade. Looks like a division of infantry with some cavalry and a heavy battery, and then a supply here. I'm assuming there's probably not a whole lot in Fremont's army. He's just the commander, but then you get the corps under Grant with Jefferson D. Davis and Pratt. So that's coming up the middle here. We've got Sherman over here. He's got a division. It doesn't look like it's too powerful, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do here is Munford is not worth a strategic location, but they do have a powder mill here. 13 ammo and some supplies, so it does kind of hurt to lose it. But I'm going to pull my Army of the Mississippi back. I'm actually pulling them back further than Bowling Green. I'm actually going to pull him back to here, because if he pushes down, my hope is because of the trade water river here running between the two, I perhaps can attack, wipe him out, and then use my other corps, which I just created the corps in Johnston. I'm going to move him to the fort that I have here. I do have a fort with the 4 entrenchment. I don't have a supply wagon here though, unfortunately, so they could potentially surrender. But since I got a 561 power coming up, my hope is he's not as aggressive coming across or coming down here as he was coming across. They give me some time to get situated. So between my army and my corps, all equal about what Grant has. That being said, Grant is an amazing commander, so you really, even if the odds are even, doesn't really help you. That being said, I'm taking Shelby here, who is now cavalry and some artillery, horse artillery. I'm moving up on Knox, Illinois, to hopefully cut off the supply line to these this corps and the brigade, and perhaps that'll make him pull back. And then I'm taking my Army of Tennessee. I'm moving up on Salem to get my military control back here. I'm moving Polk, who is now Corps Commander up here out of St. Louis, moving him up, and with the ultimate goal here is making a new defensive line between Salem and this crossroads here, and ultimately expand it one region further out to have a nice defensive line here and take Springfield. That's the hope anyways. I am moving McCulloch out to eventually hopefully take Bloomington, so I'm moving him here, moving cavalry in to get military control, and with that there's not a whole lot else going on, just shifting troops around, that sort of thing. I did break off and take Stuart. I'm going to put him here, and then next turn I'm going to probably break off Ewell and send him up into Morgantown. Let's see here, we pushed him into the ocean, so he's hanging out there. So I'm just kind of reallocating some of my forces. I got a new staging ground here. This is going to be my new rapid response force right here. So I'm bringing some of what was over here and putting it here, and then, up here. And then once he's totally gone, I'll shift that back to the center so I can use that elsewhere. Got him bottled in still. And then finally Baylor won the battle here, no surprise, and so now we're going to move on western New Mexico. I hope. We shall see. I don't know if really anything... Yeah, there's Grant. Whew, look at that. Grant, who's this? Jefferson D.C. Davis and Pratt. 31110. So Jefferson C. Davis is not very good, but Pratt's your standard garden variety 311. Okay. 17,000 troops. That's a pretty good amount. Yeah, we get the balloon. Congress passes the Confederate Partisan Range Act. Okay. By the way, here's those balloons right here. Yeah, alright, let's do the turn here. see what happens. I didn't do anything on the national stage this turn. And unfortunately I put too many new units on the field. I wasn't tracking my cash correctly, and so I am very short on my reinforcement pool, which I'm going to pour a lot of resources into the next turn. Why was there just like 45 days worth of turns right there? Do you notice that? It's like kept going. Once I get Lee on the field, I may go on the offensive in Virginia, or more specifically Maryland. Just because it'd be fun. Sitting here in the defensive all the time is kind of lame. What is going on over there? I wonder if that's my forts shooting on his ships. In my multiplayer game, I thought it'd be a good idea to go amphibious assault Boston. And my hope was I could take Boston's small little garrison there and then burn the fleet. Needless to say that that didn't go so well. So I don't know if I should have brought a bigger division or what happened, but I got my butt kicked. It's kind of funny. So he's moving on my left flank over here. I don't know what he's doing down there in Texas. Okay, so he's trying to get his gold back. That's what's going on up here. But you know what? Using one partisan to get like 20,000 cash, I'll take that any day of the week. Our national morale is pretty good, 116. Shelby is moving forward, although he missed his activation roll, which is pretty frustrating. He's got a 6 strategic rating. Not sure why he missed it. Just want to move on here, threaten his supply line, although I don't know. Oh god, man, Grant's just coming down. He is mega aggressive. Wow. Whoa, we won? Okay, so he's got 16-9, I've got 22. I lost a boatload more troops. We'll break this down in the next turn, but supposedly we won, but oh, this is the stockade. Gotcha. So pushed him back. Beautiful, good. Okay, that's what I needed. I needed that one little turn there of breathing room. So now we can get entrenched. And when he comes down, he's going to have to deal with my corps and my army. In combined force plus entrenchments, I'm feeling decent, at least with what I'm facing right now. And that'll give me time to hit him in the rear and hopefully cut off his supply trains. I'm beginning to think he's not going to attack me over here. Like he's freaking out that I'm in Alexandria, but he's like too afraid to go hit me somewhere else. But these turns take longer than normal because I did put on the longer AI, since allegedly by doing that it makes the AI a little more intelligent. He has some gunboats over here apparently. Interesting. Okay, so we held on barely. As you can see, we got 100 power. Wow, that's pretty brutal. Okay. Does he have a supply? He does. Beautiful. Okay. We kicked his butt though. We cut his power in half. And then I've got Johnston here. Can take that, combine that. Pack train. I don't. Okay, so he pulled back. So that's what I wanted. Just to come over here, do kind of almost like a feint. Freak him out, and then I'm gonna go back this way, skedaddle. Can't use the rail system, unfortunately. We can do this though. Bum, bum, bum. Just do that. So this will pull him back. That'll give me some breathing room. Now what I can do is fortify. I just need probably what I should do. Hold here. Take this, move this up to like right in here, Ohio River. That way I've got a nice defensive line here, plus the rail system to rail in reinforcements when necessary. I could even bring these guys up here so he can't go across. So really the only point of attack will be here. And yeah, so okay, we're in Salem now. Here we go. So repair railroad, which it looks like we already did. No, we did not do. And I think, you know, it's going to be interesting, right? Because he's got to make a decision. He's going to decide what's more important to him, Kentucky or the state of Illinois. It'll be interesting to see his decision on that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself situated here in Salem again with the beautiful supply and ammo stock there, by the way. And I can use this and come up here, use this rail line north to south, hopefully take out Springfield, and then establish my new line of defense over here. All the while I'm using McCulloch to clean up my rear by taking Bloomington, which will cut off Missouri, the rest of Missouri, and Kansas rather, from the rest of the Union. So with that, I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. As always, feel free to like the video if you found this entertaining, so that other people can find the game and hopefully perhaps encourage them to play it. So thank you.